Alright. I got high hopes that the rewiring I did will prevent the stream from crashing. Again. Because I think it has something to do with the capture card interacting with OBS. And I did have a splitter in between. So I wasn't using the out port on the capture card. Now I am using the out port on the capture card, and hopefully that'll make it not crash. Anyway, let's continue. There are no searches for evidence to indict Sorceley, but will he find it in time? I'm sure he'll just find it talking amongst the populace. That's usually how it works in D&D.
Sorceley may well come to end us once he hears of our allegations. There is no turning back now. We must move swiftly.
So how shall we proceed?
We must provide hard evidence, as Minister Camsell requested.
And I wish to be named Archduke of Esfrost. Does he understand what he asks of us? We have no leads.
Salt is a well-regulated commodity, and numbers do not lie. If this illicit trade exists, someone will have altered the ledgers.
Of course. We'll gather what information we can on Sorceley until the evidence we seek reveals itself.
I feel like the one most likely to do that would be the guy literally named Booker.
Agreed. We should split up and search for clues.
Time to gather some testimony as to Sorceley's crimes. Hello. There's a woman living in the ministry whose life is consumed with rumors of all sizes and sorts. She always has some fresh morsel or other. It would behoove you to speak with her. A rumor monger, you say? Then I should very much like to speak with her, yes. Thank you. Gotta get up there. Nice. We're looking for a rebel who was last seen in this area. Have you any memory of such a person? No, I'm afraid not. A rebel, you say? Not sure where this information is useful, but... You may go no further. Source... I care not who you are, Winishi Hill. None may enter the source. If you're not here to enter the source, then I shall hear you out. What is it you wish to know? Here, tell us a secret ledger for salt shipment. That seems a little too forward. But, it's all we got. Does it sound familiar? A secret ledger? I've heard no such thing. Now be on your way, or interfering with my duties. Read the entrance so closely. Is there something you wish to hide? Not that I wish to hide. I abhor keeping secrets, and in all honesty, I can look the other way no longer. Swear to me you'll not enter the source, and I shall talk. I've seen a dealer different from the one we see during the day. Carry salt off at night, under the cover of darkness. The confessor received payment in exchange for my silence, but I know not from whom. Not as though it matters, my conscience withers and rots just the same. Another vendor in the middle of the night? Highly suspicious. I shall make note of that. I'd wager that this person is involved in Sorceley's illegal enterprise. Alrighty then. I cannot let you pass without proper permission. Repellets. Only those with special permission may enter the palace. Take your leave. Minister Exarm is occupied for the moment. If you have business with him, I bid you write him a letter. A letter? That presumes I have something to write with. We only have the scales. I've heard that my secretary was investigating Minister Sorceley as well. Surely he left some notes in his journal. You have my blessing to read it if you find it. The goddess tolerates much in the search for the truth. Secretary. Only those who have official business with the Ministry may enter. If you know appointment, I must ask you to leave. Ooh, money. Calaris. Not this guy. Illegal Where is all this talk coming from? I will not stand for these absurd accusations. What proof have you? I hear rumors of irregular salt shipments. So one unsavory character is making off with salt, you say? I confess that not even I had noticed if what you say is true, though I simply cannot piece it together in my mind. How would they get this smuggled salt to Aesfrost in the first place? I confess I have no idea. What action do you expect me to take if you have not followed every lead? I wish to stamp out criminal activity however I can, but I will not bring charges against anyone with little more than rumors. Yes, it would also be best to not let sleeping rumors lie. Keep digging and keep me appraised of any new information you may find. I am eager to be of service. He's not as evil as his portrait makes us think. Felt like I saw shiny on the rooftops. Not now, I have more pressing concerns at present. That damn officer hunting me like a dog. If you would but leave this place, I could return to my home. That officer, you say? I'm afraid I'm close for the day. Need to balance the ledger, you see. I'm terribly sorry to intrude, but might I borrow the pen and paper just there? I have a very important letter to write. If such a paper will suffice, then you certainly may. Make use of the ink well, too. Now to write that letter to Exarm. This is an important proposal for Minister Exarm. I bid you deliver to him at once. Very good. I shall see that it reaches Minister Exarm myself. That letter should secure Minister Exarm's cooperation in exposing Sorcery's crimes. Pray it reaches him soon. We cannot be too prepared considering we're up against one of the Saintly Seven. Alright. Progress. Also, recovery pellets. 'Tis all hearsay, but I understand Aesfrost occupies Glenbrook. The kingdom is a den of iniquity, it's true. Their lack of adherence to the goddess's teachings has no doubt brought this fate upon them. Aesfrost boasts of freedom from the mountaintops, yet it is only ever the rich and powerful that rise at the top of the wretched duchy. While here in Hyzant, all are equal under the goddess's watchful eye, and may live in peace. I scarcely need to ask, but which nation in your estimation has the right of it? Neither. The kingdom of Glenbrook, which I serve, bests you both, but that is the probably true before answer, but for Glenbrook. Oh, don't make me laugh. The very notion of a nation conquered by Aesfrost being in the right is pure folly. It was turning away from the goddess's teachings that brought this fate upon them. It would have driven Aesfrost from their shores had they but embraced her. So this is how the faithful Hyzant think. I urge you to welcome the goddess into your life and reflect upon her magnificence. Only the most righteous who embrace her with all their heart will be afforded her blessings and guidance. You. The Saintly Seven have been recognized by the goddess of Salt herself and are tasked with leading the faithful of Hyzant. Atop this order sits the Holy One, who enjoys the privilege of hearing the goddess speak in her own words. The Holy One then disseminates her words to the Saintly Seven, who hand them down to the people, thus granting the Holy State her blessings. I, of course, take pride in the uniquely superior construction of our society, but how do you, as an outsider, find it? It has advantages and disadvantages like any other. I hesitate to call it superior. You have my attention, good sir. Do tell us what precisely you find lacking. Take, for example, the Holy One, a singular exalted presence with no line of succession, as you'd find in other nations. Does this not cause strife among the remaining members of the Seven, as each one vies to be chosen to succeed them? Your fears are misplaced, sir. Yes, there was a period of confusion some 30 years prior when the Holy One passed, I cannot deny it. But the goddess soon eased our suffering, and trouble has not visited us since. The Saintly Seven shared the burden, and worked tirelessly for the good of the people, obviating the need for any messy struggles. Yes, so your dogma tells us. Though I think you'll find this does not account for human nature, which is not so easily controlled. Idiosyncrasies, nevertheless, the goddess' power knows no bounds. She will simply punish those who stray from the path, saint or not. My secretary made us some notes on Minister Sorcery in this journal. Secretary, huh? Where's your secretary? Am I supposed to go back to the encampment? What do you mean? There we go. What do you mean the one who just wants to go home? Perhaps this rebel will provide me with some information if I convince this guard to move. I did see someone rather suspicious leaving the city. You what? Thank you, good sir. You've done a good deed this day. Pray be calm, for he is gone. Has he? At last I can enter my own home. You have my everlasting gratitude. Is there naught I can do for you, good sir? Can you provide me with information? Do you know anything of House End's illicit salt dealings? Illicit salt dealings? No, I'm afraid not. Then even a source will do. How might one go about prying into the affairs of House End? As you seem quite determined, you may well search their encampment itself. It is located beside the entrance to the source. If Sorcery has anything to hide, he will most certainly have hid it there. The End encampment. Cannot find the proof we seek there that it genuinely does not exist. Yet, it is also the most brazen and dangerous course of action. We'll have to wait for the cover of darkness. Oops. Ooh. Money. If you are to search the undercommon, you best do so at night. Yeah, I know. I guess I should check other houses to see if I can enter them. Some of them have boarded up, like, doors. Obviously, you can't enter those. This one right here. Yeah, this is the door I could have entered before, but I didn't. This must be the journal Lila's secretary keeps. Looks like he underlines something here for emphasis. Finds Sorcery End's recent behavior highly irregular and improper. He took a meeting with Glenbrook officials in secret wherein he distributed generous bribes. Bribing Glenbrook officials? This is extremely valuable evidence. I must make note of it. Added Lila's secretary journal to notes. Nothing else in here. But it was added to notes, so let's see what it wrote down. Secretary Journal. Minister Lila entrusted me with a secret mission of utmost importance. I am to shadow Minister Sorcery End and monitor his every move. It has been 1 month since I began following Sorcery. House End is very well guarded. I have not been able to learn much, but such an extreme level of vigilance is suspicious in and of itself. I'll continue my surveillance once I'm able to slip past the guards. And Minister Sorcery met in secret with a number of high-rank Glenbrook nobles and gave them bribes. I hope to gain entry to House End and discover what those bribes were for. Once I have concrete information, I'll make my report to Minister Lila. So, we got a spy inside of there. Alright. I understand you are aware of the latest rumors that flow through Hyzant. I should like to hear more about them. You wish to hear the popular rumors of Hyzant? You needn't be so coy. Oh, where to begin? Have you heard the tale of the vanishing vessel? It arrives at the port in secret, only to vanish as quickly and quietly as it came. A ship that disappears in the night. How of their salt exports have eluded me until now. Perhaps they were carrying it on the ship she speaks of. All the stock of ghost ships chills me to the bone, goddess forbid. Let's see, you say anything now? So the bribes my secretary mentioned in his journal appear to be true. All that remains is to see what role they played in his illicit distribution enterprise. I can't gain entrance to here. Understandable. So I believe we have all the information we can get, so... yeah, you know. Alright, so I'll go... I hear rumors of regular salt shipments. Alright. I suddenly cannot piece it together in my mind. How would they get the smuggled salt to Esros in the first place? They used the cargo ship that vanished. Ah, yes, the disappeared vessel that would figure nicely into this plot. It is fortuitous that you contacted me, and I thank you. And I tell you this in the strictest confidence. Talk of House N's crimes has reached the consortium. There, Minister Sorcery is known to be a meticulous man, exceedingly concerned with the accuracy of his own ledger. If he has engaged in illegal enterprises as you suggest, I doubt his conscience would allow his books to go unbalanced. He'll have kept the second ledger. A secret account, of course. With that in hand, we'd have all the proof we need. The trouble, though, will be finding it. And I think that's everything we could learn. The source is known as a meticulous man. If he isn't, he would have kept the second letter, yeah. I'm pretty sure that is everything. No more extra houses, I feel. Did that get the job done for you? Very good. Come by again now. Conclude. Wait, actually, let's talk to you again. Very good. I should see it reads next time myself. Okay, end. I heard enough. Now to return to the encampment and organize my thoughts. We got plenty of people on our side.
Have you learned anything?
Sorcelet is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely. A thorough review of the testimony shall show us the truth.
Benedict is right. Let us review what we know to be true.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest?
Plenty.
Let us begin with Sorcelet himself. What is his crime?
He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
How could I have been so blind to his dealings in the upper echelons of my own kingdom?
Though we know this to be true, I doubt we'll build a worthy case now that Esfrost rules the Crown City.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorcelet's improprieties.
Kept a secret ledger.
Claris said Sorcelet kept a secret ledger.
Of course. Sales had to be carefully managed so as not to arouse suspicion.
Making detailed records a necessity. I've no doubt this ledger exists. Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
Will likely be Sorcelet's encampment.
By which you mean Sorcelet's encampment.
Precisely. Not the one at the Citadel of the Sands, so far from the source. Right here, in the capital.
I know its location.
Might the bribe Sorcelet plied Glenbrook's nobles with be connected to his illicit dealings?
We know the ledger tracking the tainted salt
I
exists.
wonder what would happen if you just skipped the whole
Enn's
thing.
encampment is our primary
Just go
target,
along normally.
but it's too dangerous to
Them
get
filling
near,
in the blanks.
let alone inside.
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
That's why we're going to get
Sorcery
some.
will find us out soon enough, if he hasn't already.
Time is of the essence, then. What is our next move?
You have to get the ledger.
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Camcel once more.
In the shadows of suspicion completed. Yes. I mean, I guess you have to get all those right, and then they'll say we have proof, because I went with the unlocked option. Didn't work out.
And his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Camcel, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Chapter 10, Part 2, Ask Me Not. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna screw with my settings real quick.
Minister
For some
Camcel
reason,
will join
my
our cause, won't he?
Google window.
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith.
There we go.
That is all that is in our power to do.
You! Are you House End's dogs?
A messenger, my lord, from the palace. I seek Lord Serenoa Wolffort.
You have found him.
Lord Wolffort, you have been accused of coercing Minister Sorcerer End unto unlawful acts.
Give me a quick second.
Presence is required at the palace so the Holy One may question you.
Let's see. Anything else here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we got everything. I just looked at a thing that talked about all the different bits, which is weird how they say they have nothing, yet we have a lead, technically. But we have to steal it.
House End is the guilty party, not Serenoa.
If you've testimony to give, you are welcome to stand witness at the trial.
My lord, this may be a good opportunity to bring our case directly to the Hierophant and the other powerful entities of Hyzan. I expect the Saintly Seven are not of one mind on this matter. If you can persuade some of the ministers to side with us, Sorcerer will have nowhere to run.
Now that I think about it,
Or
the
you
Saintly
could end up the
Seven,
one with his head on the
that's the same
chopping
number
block,
of
sir.
partners that we have. Are we just gonna have to convince them? Just like how we convince our party to take one route or another?
Even so, we cannot make an enemy of Hyzant, else we truly will be alone. I must stand trial, plead my case to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, and hope that they believe me.
What is this? 2 character stories unlocked. Okay, this should be interesting considering that we are currently stuck in Hyzant. An Frosty merchant attempts to charm the locals into buying his wares.
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty. Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages.
Also, this is our first actual
Such
look at
honor and
Esfrost.
that he is willing to part with him for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
Is that flowing lava?
Mines are not.
That seems
such
very
pleasures.
dangerous.
You peddlers disgust me.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel has brought everything a hero needs and more. Every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will serve you well on the battlefield.
Out of our way, junkmonger. We've important duties to attend to.
That's rude.
How rude. Where are the smiles and open coin purses the people used to greet Lionel with? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. War has made this place disagreeable. However, it is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune. And Lionel is shrewd, if nothing else.
Why do you talk about yourself in the third person?
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience.
Yes. Let him come forth.
I want to get a look at that full profile picture.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. A great honor. That he can count House Wolfort among his loyal patrons has ever been a source of pride.
Yes. Right. What brings you before me today?
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury. A burden that only grows heavier as time drags on. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they were at its beginning. If he may be so bold, Lionel would offer his services in that very capacity. He understands your precarious position, trapped between two ravenous wolves. In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stave off what may come. Surely you agree?
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house. I see no reason not to welcome you into our ranks.
Splendid! You are as wise as they say. Wiser, even. Lionel shall not disappoint. Just the opposite, in fact. From this day until his very last, he shall stake his honor on the prosperity of your house.
Oh man. What a man. The body is absurd. A merry and masterful merchant who provides an array of goods. He believes that a profitable end justifies the means in his line of work and dedicates himself wholeheartedly to filling his own coffers. Merchant in the Roselia Consortium, Lionel Capita.
And if his own coin purse should grow fat in the process, who could blame him?
Lionel joined the forces. I'm gonna guess he's an item spammer. Trifles foes with his elite eloquence. Can infuriate foes or tempt them into defecting. Collect an extra bit of coin along with spoils. Neat. But we have a second character story. Who is this? A shaman happens upon the village and uses her power over the weather to bring succor to those suffering from drought. A druid. Some kind of weather-changing magic.
The sun's a harsh mistress, ain't she? If she sticks around much longer, my fields are apt to wither from the attention. I'd give my firstborn for a drop of rain.
Aye. And it ain't just the crops what are worse for wear. I'd cry over our lot, but naught but dust would pour from my eyes.
How pitiless, the caprices of nature. What grudge do the heavens bear to make the poor souls who tend the land suffer so? I would be remiss to let such suffering continue. If fate will show you no mercy, then I shall. You begged for even a single drop of rain. I shall give you more. Behold as I flood this desiccated land with nourishment.
Stop. If you do that, it's going to cause actual floods.
What's that the lady said? I believe she means to pull rain from a cloudless sky.
Ha! I'd have more luck getting milk from a bull.
You must tell me if you do. We're in sore need of a miracle.
A pleasure as always to see you, Lord. You've come just in time. This lass is about to put on a show.
I am called Izana.
Izana Kalinka. A woman descended from a long line of shamans with the ability to change the weather. She wanders the land in search of people who might need her powers so she may provide them succor.
Allow me to banish the sun's cruel rays from your domain, that your people may see a measure of succor.
Banish the sun? I wasn't aware it was in the habit of taking orders.
The clouds are. Think about it. I feel like I've seen this in the demo.
Slap my ass like I was just born. Rain! Honest to goodness, rain!
How did... I've never witnessed a miracle like this.
Izana, was it? On behalf of my people, allow me to express to you my deepest gratitude.
There is no need for such formalities. I seek only to alleviate the suffering of the downtrodden in any way I can. If it is not too bold of me to ask, do you have need of a humble shaman within your ranks? Tales of House Wolfort's magnanimity have reached even my remote village. It would be an honor to serve you, my lord.
We would welcome you with open arms, and the honor would be entirely ours. Doubtless, we will have occasion to call upon your talents sooner rather than later.
Izana joins. I'm gonna guess weather and lightning. Shaman with the weather at her whim, excels at wind and lightning magic, summons rainstorms and tempests to turn the tide of battle. Tempests. Zoom out. Anything else going on? Nope. Zoom in. So what is going on here? The Holy One summons the Saintly Seven to the palace. Kamzel and X-Arm consider their next move.
You've been summoned to the palace, Minister Kamzel. The Holy One is to hear the accusations against Minister End and question House Wolfort.
Very well. So, Sorsley has made the first move. Serenora must not have been able to secure evidence against him after all. But order cannot truly be restored simply by sentencing House Wolfort. I must make of this opportunity what I can.
So there is to be a trial. I see. The Holy One requires the presence of the Saintly Seven immediately.
Those pictures behind them.
And here I thought
See
you
a
nearly
horse,
had it, Wolfort.
or at least two of them.
I overestimate you. No matter. There is more than one way to trap a greedy boar. Now then, who will be best put to the task?
And we move in. A trial is held at the Hierophant's palace. Will Sorcery be charged for his misdeeds? Well, I believe we took every possible measure.
The inquiry of House Wolfort, stood accused by Minister Sorcelet End, will hereby commence. We of the Saintly Seven will preside over this trial. Serenor Wolfort, you stand before the Holy One. Do you swear by the goddess to speak the truth?
Of course.
I swear.
Answer the Saintly Seven's questions and provide Sorceley's and prove Sorceley's guilt.
Minister Exham Marshal, you may begin the proceedings.
We know Minister Sorcelet quite well,
answer wisely.
having worked with him for these long years. But we know comparatively little of you, Lord Serenoa. Therefore, we must first determine whether you are worthy of our trust. Surely you have not forgotten his position among the Saintly Seven of the Holy State of Hyzant?
It is as I wrote in the documents I provided.
I have written it all down as tradition requires.
Yes, I have read through your report. It is a sign of sincerity that you would proceed according to our customs. Indeed, I can confirm you are a man of honor and integrity. Once all presiding over the trial have had a chance to express their opinions over your report, we shall pass our judgment. I have nothing further to ask.
Next, Minister Kamsel Farrant will make his inquiries.
You must understand the difficult position you have put us in, sauntering into our home to denounce one of our own. We are a welcoming people, and so must be wary of those who seek to take advantage of our open hearts. If a stranger came to you with unfounded accusations against one of your people, I doubt you would take him at his word. Have you any proof of the foul deeds you claim have taken place in our land?
There have been shipments of unlawful salt. It is a fair point, I agree. How's it going, Chessmaster?
Disappearing from the port in the middle of the night. It's possible it was carrying unlawful salt.
You present as your evidence another rumor, and one from an anonymous source at that.
Yeah.
Is it customary where you are from to condemn a man based on gossip alone? I think not.
I think it should be looked into.
I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebrous, if you would.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite wisdom.
Guess the last one should have been,
do understand her.
You have to say that you have witness to it.
Our teachings are the only way they know how to live according to her plan. It is moot to judge Sorcelet, one of the seven, based on evidence brought against him by a layperson, no matter what that evidence may be. Unless you have testimony from one who understands the goddess's will, there is simply nothing we can do.
Yeah, so we basically just have to go with the ones that give perfect evidence. Okay. If that's the case, I'm actually going to go back and try that again. Because we have the information. We just have to provide, we have to say we have witnesses, and we have to say stuff like, we just have to say we have witnesses to things. We have definitive proof. A rumor is going to get you nowhere. Tenebrous, it's literally Latin for darkness. Yeah, on the nose. Didn't know it was Latin for darkness. It is a decently evil sounding name, although there's a lot of evil sounding Latin words. Alright, let's load this. Skip all the side stories, because I'm pretty sure gotta deal with
Why do I
those.
suddenly feel as though all the joy has been
Hey, how's it
torn
going,
from my body
Tenula?
and replaced with screaming terror?
Let's skip that. Skip. And we'll make a save to make sure that we get it all correct next time. Skip.
My lord, that merchant.
It will
who
literally
peddles
not
his
let me
wares,
skip. Okay. Fast forward then. Admittedly, if it wasn't for Octopath, it would have gone over your head. Let's get the druid again. See, can we skip? Nope. Fast forward then. I officially recruited Lionel. Yes, I did. And her. Yes, and her. I don't remember her name either. Not off the top of my head. Man, I wish I could transfer the save from my Switch to the PC version of this game. Every time I play a game on the Switch, I always miss PC's low loading times. Alright. Skip ahead. It's in the documents I provided. Let's skip ahead to this. So with this one, I have a witness to the salt transport.
I have a witness who has seen the salt being transported. One of the guards at the source.
Oh, one of our citizens. Any entrusted to protect the source must swear an oath of honesty to the goddess before assuming duty. Well then, it seems we ought to consider the matter a little further.
Let's see. Sven.
I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebris, if you would.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite wisdom. It isn't unless...
Skip. Alright. I have a witness to Sorsley's bribery.
Sorsley met in secret with powerful Glenbrook officials and bribed them. Minister Lila's secretary can attest to this.
Oh? A secretary to one of the saintly seven, you say?
Exposed.
My secretary's word is as good as my own. None is more devoted to the goddess than he. If any can grasp her will, he can.
I see. Well, I cannot argue against that. I've no further questions.
Minister Lila Viscraft, ask your questions.
It is plain to me that Sorsley has indeed engaged in misconduct, namely bribery. Yet while I do not doubt he bribed an official of Glenbrook, what the bribe was for remains unclear. Perhaps you can shine some light on the matter, Lord Serenoa?
Not sure I have this information, do I? Sorsley wanted to ensure the official silence over the cargo vessel that disappeared in the middle of the night. I think this is the only one that works, but I don't know. It's the one with the most information.
The ship that disappeared in the night must have been carrying unlawful salt. He'd have wanted to keep that quiet.
Yet rumor of such a ship has reached even my ears. Would it not be an utter waste of coin to buy a single person's silence, when so many have already heard the gossip? I have no more questions.
Well, so that was fail.
Igor Delmira will ask one final round of questions.
Well, you know what that means. We're gonna succeed on this trial. Sorcery doesn't deserve it. Load. That was my day. Long. I had a lot of errands that I ran. Not much time to just relax. Just from laundry to having to take my front door off its frame to replace the insulation because there was a gap in it that was allowing bugs to crawl through it. Having to go back to the hardware store because I bought the wrong type of insulation. It was a very, very long day. But I had a good dinner, watched a bad movie with my friends. The end of the day has been pretty good. But at least the insulation is fully in place. It is nice and hefty. You have a witness. Okay. So now we try the second one. Sorcery wanted to ensure the official silence over the transport of unlawful salt. This is like the only one that makes sense.
I believe he wished to ensure that word of the unlawful salt's destination would not travel.
Meaning that a powerful official in the Kingdom of Glenbrook was also complicit in this illicit trade.
Okay. So just not bringing up the vanishing vessel is enough, I guess?
It would be possible to sell unlawful salt through all of Norzelia if one could ship it through Glenbrook. A secret worth its weight in gold indeed.
Alright.
I have no more questions.
Back to where we are.
Igor Delmira will ask one final round of questions.
Go on.
I cannot deny, Lord Serenoa, that Sorcerer can be foolish.
Mm-hmm.
But he is also dedicated to the goddess, and he has worked much good as one of the seven. Though he is not faultless by any means, I believe the goddess yet favors him. If we are to pass judgment on such a man, we must prove his guilt to the goddess herself. So let me ask you this, Serenoa Wolford. Where exactly are we to find such evidence against Sorcerer End?
In his encampment, right?
There must be some evidence in House End's encampment.
Ah, yes. The goddess would not be able to see into a place so stripped of faith.
Just the wherever it is part.
Perhaps we would be remiss not to search the encampment on her behalf.
Haha, he's sweating.
My questions are done. Now we will confer with one another. The Holy One will pass judgment after hearing our opinions.
Guilty. At least, End is guilty.
Serenoa Wolford, the Holy One has passed judgment. House Wolford is found to have spoken true.
Hey!
Therefore, we find House Wolford innocent.
Enjoying Peaceful Game of Thrones so far.
A traitor.
A good way to put it, right?
Calm Calm yourself.
Betrayal around every corner.
It seems the goddess has mercy yet to give you.
Praise her, and praise her wisdom. What mercy has she for me?
You will stand in combat against House Wolford.
What?
Whomsoever emerges the victor will be cleansed of their sins.
I mean...
Combat?
Okay.
But your sins are indeed heavy, Sorsley. Therefore, we give this to House Wolford.
Grounding amulet. So I guess that's lightning resistance. It's not really trial by combat. It's more like this entire trial is meaningless, so now you must have combat to see who is the one in the right. Meaning the whole trial is completely pointless. It's just combat. Who gives a crap about evidence? Let's kick his ass. The Hierophant orders Serenor to face Sorsley in combat. On an elevated platform with a bunch of spikes around it. Fun.
It will be as the Hierophant has decreed. House End and House Wolford will battle until the other falls.
Can we knock him off the edge?
May the Goddess of Salt bestow her eternal mercy upon the victor.
Am I hearing this right? So guilty criminals get to walk free if they win?
Fun fact, if you fail the trial during the battle, Sorsley has the grounding amulet equipped.
And likely the outcome agreed upon
I'm not
by
surprised.
those who view Sorsley as a threat.
Whatever the case may be, we must fight, and we must win.
They are united in their desire to destroy me. And it is your fault. You will pay for this, Wolford.
This battle isn't fair. He only has 7 people. We have 8. He needs at least 7 more. I want to take a look at the battlefield. Okay. So these are in fact viable ground. Spikes. Deals damage to any unit standing atop the square. Feasible. Which means you can, in fact, knock people right off the ledge. Can't remember, do you have your ramming ability yet? Or did you not level up yet? He doesn't have it yet. That's a shame. Well, we definitely want people that have the ability to manipulate their space. Oh, it's 77 now. I wonder why he's recommended. Also him. Because obviously, spring traps, they have movement manipulation. He would have movement manipulation if I gave him that upgrade.
To battle with pleasure.
I think this is fine. Let us begin. Eridor is going to do so much work.
You seek my demise, do you? I, whose oversight of the source brought prosperity to this land?
Yes.
Do not twist the truth to obfuscate your crimes.
I should have moved
It seems
Serenoa to
you've
the center.
forgotten the goddess's will. Allow me to remind you.
Be on your guard, my lord. Desperate opponents are deadly, for they fight with reckless abandon.
They also never check their
Come then.
abilities.
Let us settle this in honest combat.
Shall we begin?
She goes first. Okay, so details. Throwing knife, spark, shield slam, knock him back 3 squares. Yep. Yep. So he's got hinder offenses, or strength and magic of all enemies within range for 3 turns. A range of 1 to 2. That's an interesting skill, gotta say. He has the grounding amulet equipped even if you succeed, apparently. Interesting. Yeah, so the 2 shield bros are dangerous. I should let them come to us. Also, I never equipped the grounding amulet. I never saw what it did in the first place. Whoops. Alright, here's what I want to do. I'm gonna give you haste.
Go quick.
So we can bog people.
We'll
At a
get
faster
on
rate.
Time to work. Shadows conceal me.
So you have chosen death.
Now then. Charge.
Moving here is my best bet. We'll see. I'm pretty sure this is out of range of the shield boys.
Make you regret every injury you inflict upon me.
Ooh. Okay.
Defeat is not an option.
That is noted. So you want to move off the wall as quickly as possible because of that guy.
There is no mercy on the battlefield. We must move fast.
Well, there he goes. Should have put on the grounding amulet.
Ha! That tickled.
Oh, that movement though. So he's dead. Okay. So I pretty much failed this. That's a shame.
I cannot lose.
He doesn't have any issues moving though. Was his movement reduced or something?
Heed my call. Let me heal your wounds. This is what I do.
Your AoE healing.
Victory is within reach. Victory is within reach.
To battle, I suppose. Sleep now.
And he's out. And he's dead.
When a wolf is cornered.
I mean, I'll try to live.
I need this.
But I would be better off just resetting. See, okay, that's good.
Let us pry out their weakness. Your defense is weak.
Yeah. I'll show you what I'm made of. Show me what you're made of.
Zapping.
I will end this.
Alright. Finally got somebody.
Enjoy your freedom while it lasts. The moment.
The
Oops,
Rosal has
sorry about that.
suffered too long under your cruelty. Mark me, Sorcerer End. You will pay for what you have done.
Gonna see what he said. You'll be cast into the source and left there to rot. Unique dialogue for when she attacks. I dig it. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna do another sanctuary.
This is what I do.
That's the stuff.
We must tread carefully.
You won't escape.
Bam.
Sound strike.
And take cover.
Into the shadows.
Hopefully nobody moves into her space.
To battle, I suppose. Ah!
From where shall we strike?
I'll make it.
What?
Follow my lead.
Victory is not yet out of reach.
Let's see. We have these. We might as well use them. Bring another turn for Serenoa. As well as heal wounds.
That hit the mark.
For the future of House Wolford.
In turn, I'll have you looking that
For the
way.
honor of House Wolford.
Beautiful.
Death from above. That hit the mark.
Struck true.
That is not good.
You won't beat me.
Not going to be able to knock him off the map. But I can do a crap ton of damage. Wow. Let's go.
You're in the way.
Is the damage mislabeled? It looks like it was mislabeled.
Let me heal your wounds.
Let's see. I think I'll move here. Because he's not going to be able to... Well, he actually can't... I think he has something to attack with at a range. Alright, I can remove you from the battlefield at least.
I feel stronger already.
How shall I destroy you? Sleep.
Oh.
Bennett.
Oh no, Anna.
I see a path to victory. I have your back.
Splendid. forward.
Follow my lead.
Bark does so much damage. He's dead. See ya.
I love the battle.
Good kill.
How shall I destroy you? Yes!
Shall we begin?
Yes!
Your wounds are healed. You have my gratitude.
What were you doing again?
My growth is plain to see.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Let's see. If he had one more space of movement. Do we have any more of these? Stop a single enemy from one turn preventing him from taking any actions. And I can also guarantee a critical hit. I'm assuming he's going to go for Eridor. So I'll give him that.
For the honor
Oh,
of House Wolford.
he didn't do it. Alright.
Follow my lead.
I fight for peace. Stay right there.
That all you got?
Punch him in the back.
Gotcha. How shall I destroy you?
Let me heal your wounds.
You're fine.
Allow me.
You're fine, Sarah Noah.
I must find a way. You have nothing left.
How shall I destroy you?
At this rate,
This is fine. All of us get a turn before that, so...
I shall protect you for a better world.
That all you got? It
Oh,
will take
whoops.
more than this farce of a trial to destroy me. You will pay. You will all pay.
Cornered beasts are wont to lash out with surprising strength. Do not let your guard down just because you think Sorcelet is beaten.
He is
may have
outnumbered,
nothing
though.
left to lose, but neither do we. We will not relent until this is over. Victory must be ours.
Shall we begin?
Allow
Healing.
me. Much appreciated.
Victory is not yet out of reach.
A brief respite.
This is most unpleasant.
Countered.
Impressed? How careless.
Let me show you what I've learned.
Aw. He does not take a lot of damage. Must be the magic production stuff there. That stacking 3 times?
Flames, heed my call.
Let me heal your wounds. Allow
Let's
me.
go,
This will be of
Gila.
great use.
It's only a flesh wound.
I would really love to just bonk him back, but sadly I can't do that.
Gotcha.
Let us pry out their weakness.
Bonk.
From where shall we strike?
Get delayed.
Die already! Hurts, don't it? For my kith and kin.
No. This is not the end of me. I refuse to allow it.
You have some weird shenanigans. A second phase. Nope, there he goes. No, right, and we only lost 2 people. I'm honestly surprised that we lost Anna, though. Although she always ends up being, like, low HP, but somehow hanging on in the end. Either way, victory.
Victory goes to House Wolfort. Give thanks to the goddess for bestowing upon you her grace. This concludes your trial. Well fought, all of you.
I'm surprised we made it all the way through, though, without losing, though,
had to be proved
after that
through a test
beginning.
of strength.
It was the Hierophant's decree. None in Hyzant raise objections.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of, my lord. After all, losing the battle would have meant losing our heads.
Yeah, it does seem very anticlimactic to just have that whole trial be meaningless,
you are right.
and all the evidence not being needed. Ask me not completed. But Roland keeps getting the short end of the stick. He's always the first to die. Every single time.
That same day, word spread throughout Hyzant of Sorsley End's demise, and that of House End along with him.
Craving for chicken salad? Then go get some chicken salad, Chessmaster. The Reward for Betrayal, Chapter 10, Part 3. Now what's going on over here? Lila reacts to news of Sorsley's passing. I'm sure she could care less.
I understand Sorsley End is with the goddess now. What a pity.
Or I guess could not care less.
He has been counted among the dead from the exile.
Bewitching dancer?
Keep spinning those lies, and soon they shall be tied around your neck. Though in truth, I'm surprised they've not done so already.
Are you not pleased, milady? Shall I inform Minister Edor?
Be my guest. Without me, all research grinds to a halt. My mind is without equal.
But of course, Minister, I was only teasing. Would it kill you to smile for once?
Be more aware of the words from your mouth. Remember, you are not but Edor's pawn.
Forgive me. Where are my manners? Now pray, return to your precious research. See that you complete it, for you know who.
I know full well who it serves. We're all pawns in the end.
Who they're talking about? My guess would be the Hierophant, but who knows? There could always be somebody else. Alright, we got that upgrade, so let's spend it. Let's put somebody to the next level. Also, hello. Lord Serenoa, allow me to express my gratitude once more for accepting one such as myself into your ranks. When this war began, I wondered what I should be doing as a shaman. But when you came along, I knew it was fate. I promise I'll do all I can be to be of service to House Wolfort. Izana, that is her name. See. He does not have any... Oh, he does have something new. Isn't this new? I don't know. But our medal. I guess we could promote Roland. He keeps getting screwed. Maybe he needs it. His HP goes up from 164 to 167. Oh boy. The cavalrymen.
This day shall be ours.
Learn to push back. As for the weapon upgrade, another wonder if Lord Simon summoned him because he knew war was on the horizon. Maybe. Oak. Well, our party bar officially goes all the way across. Is that a whip? Let's upgrade her weapon. Grants you and your partner a little HP when you perform a follow-up attack, or increase the effects of Be Brave. All these recruits have such unique weapons. Big Club. I agree. Let's see, what can you get? Increased defense? Sure. That sounds like a good thing to get. Greater damage. Greater damage. And now we are once again out of resources. Lord Serenoa, allow Lionel to thank you once more for allowing him to join the illustrious House Wolfort. You are a keen man, my lord, keener than most. I assure you that you will not regret allowing Lionel to within your ranks. He promises to repay your kindness with interest. Lionel's selection is especially grand today. Have a look. What you got? You're all sold out on the things I even care about. Golden Pinky Ring. Increase the chance of enemies dropping spoils when defeated. Yeah. I like. That is worth buying. I mean, honestly, he does get a lot of kills, so it's good for him. Let's talk to everyone a little bit. For the next battle, we're pondering over our movements in the field. I don't know where I was born, that's okay with me, because circus was my home. The result of my research bring us all good fortune. Vila is so sweet. She listened to my story without once making fun of me. Starting to get used to my life as part of self-warfare. Sometimes it feels like there aren't enough hours in the day to take care of all the soldiers, though. Yeah, it's because your TP doesn't recharge fast enough. I met Eridor when I was still running my old place. The great glutton ate and drank his way through my whole stock more than once. What'll be today? You have no special things, so nothing. No new mind battles. Just double check the map. Looks like we're good. Save game. Alright. Sereno's party barely has a moment to collect their brass before a new challenge is laid before them. Oh, what is it now? We just finished a battle to the death.
So, Lord Serenoa, what shall you do now?
I have no idea.
Well, I shall speak plainly. The Holy One wishes to aid House Wolfort.
Yay!
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Your house is known throughout all Norzelia, and rightly so, given the vital land you control.
It would be quite the blow if Esfrost's aggression spelled the end of your domain.
So it's not because they're willing to help, it's because it'd be beneficial to them due to
a seat amongst the
not wanting a
77
rival
shall
country
be
to
yours,
take control of the trade routes.
And I would not hesitate to accept it if it meant
I mean,
securing peace for
I guess
my
that is a
people.
good
Then perhaps
bit
we
of
can find common
leeway.
ground. The
What's the word I'm
Hierophant,
looking
however,
for?
has a concern.
I would hear it.
The Roselle living in your domain. They are descendants of the sinners who dwell at the source. That is their proper place.
Door, man.
There they offer themselves to the goddess in the hopes they may one day atone for their sins. The Hierophant longs to see them return
You
to
know,
their rightful home.
racism isn't cool.
You would have me surrender them to you.
It is not my place to make demands. I am merely to deliver unto you the word of the Hierophant. And so I have done.
I can't wait for the plot twist to where the Hierophant is Rosellan.
Serenoa, will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
No.
I don't know.
Nope, not
As
happening.
You are doubtless aware, Lady Frederica. The vow of
If
Lord
I have
Simon
any choice in the
himself
matter, not
binds
happening.
us to protect them. Alas, our house is not what it once was.
But if a decision does happen,
Is
I'm
that a
going to be
reason
flipping
cast
shit
aside its
around.
honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
Ah, my friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances. You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
So are they the Saintly
Not
Six
yet.
now?
We will, you can be sure.
They've got us by the small ones, and they know it.
The small
they made
ones.
This request full
Nice.
aware of our history.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorceley's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Grovel or bleed? Poor options, both.
The reward for betrayal completed. Yep, those Rosellans are not being handed over. At least that's what my choice for the undecided is going to be.
In his time, Lord Simon protected the Roselle who fled Hyzant, and the village they established within the Wolffort domain. 30 years have passed since then. The Hierophant uses the illegal salt trade incident as leverage to demand those Roselle be sent to the source, where Hyzantian faith dictates they must reside. To secure the Hierophant's goodwill and the subsequent protection of House Wolffort, Serenoa has no other choice but to acquiesce. Thus, with House End ruined and a vacant position among the Saintly Seven to be filled, rumors of House Wolffort's ascendancy start sounding more credible than ever to the people of Hyzant.
Chapter 11, Part 1. Oppressions Under the Sun. The next day.
Lord Serenoa, I believe it may be in our best interests to turn over the Roselle after all.
But they fought so hard to escape Hyzant. They would never agree to return.
It would be a show of good faith to the Saintly Seven and secure House Wolfort's safety. If the situation calls for force, well, we must be prepared, to borrow Minister Exham's words.
I see. Give me time to think over the matter. Where is Frederica?
Oh, she left for the source with Prince Roland. She said she wanted to see where the Roselle lived for herself.
Ah, indeed. Byzantine law requires all Roselle to make their home at the source.
She is most troubled over this, Lord Serenoa. Please, if you could...
I understand. I will make for the source at once.
Ooh, an investigation. What's going on over there? From the throne room of Whiteholm Castle, Gustave begins the next stage of his plan. What is in the fucking mine?
Thalus, thank you for making the necessary arrangements.
No need to thank me. I am your Prime Minister, after all. I have made sure those with any power in Glenbrook understand their place. They will do as we command.
Then everything is in place. It is time.
Is there nothing I might do to aid you, brother?
If there were, I would tell you. And the consortium, Thalus?
She's sad.
Oh, I expect we shan't have any trouble from them. I have promised them a considerable sum to stay out of our way.
Good. Now it is just a waiting game. I wonder how long the Hyzantians will last.
Next side story. Crown City. A dancer approaches a certain man in Glenbrook with an intriguing offer. The dancer that was talking with Lila? Most likely. Yep.
Silvio Tellior, I presume?
Who might you be?
Someone who brings good tidings. An offer you may wish to consider.
I am ruined. Who would want to offer me anything?
It is Minister Edor's wish. Will you hear me out?
Yeah, Silvio did run away.
One of the
What's his
Saintly
profile?
Seven.
A man who was once Lord of House Tellior. He is a famed opportunist who will do whatever necessary to see his house restored.
Then you are Hyzantian.
My master is eager for your assistance, as you are quite close to House Wolfort.
Oh boy, so he's gonna get back involved. What's the angle? Frederica makes her way to the source to see her fellow Roselle, but...
Please. I'd only like to glimpse the goddess's sacred grounds.
They
for
are
myself.
ready to fight.
It won't take but a moment.
That may be, but outsiders are not permitted into the source for such frivolities. And you are Rosellan. You ought to understand the teachings better than anyone.
Frederica.
Serenoa, forgive my impulsive behavior.
There's nothing to forgive. I too wish to learn more of the Roselle and Hyzant. Not knowing would make my decision easier, but still I feel I must.
Serenoa? From House Wolfort?
The very same. Lord Serenoa Wolfort. The one who will assume control of the salt trade in short order, as House End once did. To that end, we are here today for a preliminary inspection of the grounds.
So the rumors were true.
Good excuse.
Are you refusing the newest addition to the Saintly Seven entry into the source?
Of course not. Please, right this way.
I wonder if Lord Serenoa's thing changed, considering he's technically a member, going to be a member of the Saintly Seven. As it seems, by taking over the salt trade. Or are they just abusing the rumor? Well, because the door is there, he'd probably, shoo us away. Dude just collapsed in the background there.
All right, you Rosellan wretches, time for worship. Minister Edor of the Saintly Seven himself will be giving the sermon today. You should be thankful. Heed his word, and your sins shall be cleansed.
Roselle, do you know why you are imprisoned at the source, condemned to toil?
I'm sure they heard it a million times.
Because your ancestors committed the most heinous of sins. Long, long ago, they schemed to seize control of the salt that the goddess bequeathed to the people of Norzelia. They seized the source for themselves, wresting every last grain of salt from other peoples, desperate for the resource. Using the salt they hoarded as a shield, they terrorized the land, destroying any who stood against them in their thirst for domination. Fanned by their greed, the flames of war long ravaged our land. Countless innocents lost their lives. What a terrible, arrogant people. Their cursed souls dwell within you, their progeny, to this very day. Indeed, the proof is in the very color of your hair. The same red as the blood that flowed from their countless victims.
Their blood was pink?
Our people sinned against the goddess. We are a detestable blight upon Norzelia.
Oh, goddess of salt, please, forgive us our sins. Forgive us.
Do not despair, for the goddess of salt is ever merciful and kind. She grants even the worst of sinners, even you, a chance to atone. That atonement will only come through hard work here at the source.
Yeah.
By quenching this earth with your sweat, by giving your lives to this labor, your cursed souls will be cleansed and welcomed back to the goddess's side.
Once you die, that
Only
is.
then, when your sins have been washed away, can you hope to be reborn into a pure body and once again walk upon Norzelia. People of the Roselle, surrender your lives to the source and give your thanks to the great goddess.
Hearing this is emotionally painful.
Oh, goddess of salt, for you I
Not in
give
like a sad way, but an
stained
angry
with
way.
sin as I am to the source. Thank you for granting us the chance to atone.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is enough. Now take that gratitude and turn it toward your work.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
This is atonement? And the Roselle accept it as a fitting punishment? Even if that story Idor told is true, no sin warrants this kind of cruel retribution. Hyzant maintains control over Salt now. Are they then not guilty of the same crime?
You are right. But this is as the Goddess of Salt commands, is it not?
Trying to see for myself what goes on at the source. Oh boy. Movement bangle. If that is what I think it is, increases movement by 1. Saying you can get more movement? Hell yeah. What does the red anklet do? Increases strength and magic for 3 turns when you defeat an enemy. Man, he can never get that. Let's see. Yes, Serenoa is the one that steals all the kills. He is just way too good. Well, Eridor wasn't too bad in that last fight. He dealt a bit of damage when he actually made it back up from the depths below. I'll give him the grounding amulet. He cannot be budged. Alright, back to exploring. We need only follow the goddess's teachings in order to be absolved. Another grounding amulet. Cool. Rotate. Money. A cure-all pellet. We hope to give us water today. That's a sad line right there. The treatment of the Roselle here is utterly inhumane. Yes. I understand they've yet to replace Minister Sorcery as Overseer. And so we lumber on, a beast thought ahead. No one to issue orders should a crisis arise. It's hardly surprising. He was one of the Saintly Seven. They'll not replace him so hastily. Rumors swirl they might call upon the Wolford boy. I don't care if they pick my own mother so long as the position's filled. So they would install me as Overseer of the Source if I can find my way to the Saintly Seven. I want to do that. It's hardly surprising. Yeah. This cask weighs nothing when compared to the weight of our sins. But that's what I call indoctrination. See anything? I feel like there would be something like up here. Come on, get up. Get up here. There we go. Hey, a quality stone. I can do it. I can carry the salt. Can the Holy State allow a man in his condition to continue working? Because they don't care. Obviously. Add it to notes. Didn't even see what it was called. Register of the Roselle. Let's see. So I'm guessing number 18581, quota met. 18582, quota met. 18583, failed to meet quota, given 3 lashings as a warning. 18729, failed to even come close to meeting quota, given 5 lashes as a warning. 18730, failed to meet quota for 3rd day in a row, given 10 lashings as punishment, rations and water reduced by 1/3. 18814. Failed to meet quota 10 days in a row. Poor physical condition. Fever shows no sign of breaking. Suspending rations. Wow. 18815. Deceased. Replaced by a 9-year-old boy. Failed to meet quota. Given 3 lashes as a warning. Wow. None of this is cool. Faster, faster. There shall be no rest for the wicked. Ah, Lord Cyrano of House Wolford, I presume. I'm sorry you had to lay eyes on the tainted ones, but this is where the Roselle pay their penance. Can I talk to everyone here? This is the only work I've ever known. It's all I'm fit for now. Many years ago, some of us tried to flee this place. None would dare dream of doing that now. They force young and old alike to toil in deplorable conditions and have the audacity to call it atonement. They don't even tend to those who collapse from exhaustion. They treat my people worse than criminals. It breaks my heart to behold such cruelty. I can scarcely imagine what it must be to suffer through this. It must be like to suffer through it. Yeah, they don't think the Roselle human. That's the only way a nation arrives at such cruelty. Yes, this is the grisly secret beneath their claims that all are equal before the goddess. The lie upon which the holy state is built. And it is a powerful state at that. Much as I agree, we cannot oppose them so easily. Look at this, Cyrano. The scene before you is just but a sad fact of life for Hyzant. It sickens me. Yeah, it sickens everybody. Tainted Roselle are fated to live out their days working in the source in the hope that they may one day atone for their sins. They are nothing like the rest of us. By the very nature of their birth, they are impure and lack integrity. This is a good question here. Salt has brought prosperity to the holy state. Why rely solely on the Roselle when everyone could aid in the harvest? Such would go against the goddess's will. Ah. The Roselle are to work this land to atone for what they've done, and they'll not be disturbed. Yet higher yields of salt would benefit all Norzelia. We do well enough for ourselves with the current yields, goddess be praised. She'll share her blessings with you if you come to count yourself among the faithful, but it won't change the fate of the tainted ones. None but the Overseer and his workers may enter. If you've no more business here, I suggest you be on your way. I believe we are done here. Oh, nope. I spotted. Money. I believe we are done then. Come on out. Can you look into the distance? Not really. Alright, let's get out of here. We should return to the encampment. We didn't learn a lot.
This is more awful than I imagined.
Yeah, we're not heading over
Will you still send any
the
Roselle
Roselle.
in the Wolfort domain here?
Not happening.
Force them into a life like this.
It isn't right. It isn't just. I don't care that it would ensure our own safety.
Indeed, it would be unforgivable. What is just is constantly in flux depending on the circumstances. That said, protecting people is always the right thing to do. Wouldn't you agree, Serenoa?
I feel the same as you both, but...
My apologies. I didn't mean to place all the blame on you. Still, we continue stumbling on the path before us.
me check the current time. It's 11:40. Alright.
Serenoa and his retinue return to their domain, their every step weighed down by the heavy task Hyzant has placed upon them. Elsewhere, the newly restored kingdom of Glenbrook begins to take action under Queen Cordelia's leadership.
And what exactly is happening there?
The kingdom issues a joint proclamation with Esfrost against Hyzant, halting all trade and severing diplomatic ties with the Holy State.
I see. So they're basically trying to starve out Hyzant. As unrest spreads across Norzelia, Serenoa must decide the future of the Rosellan villagers. Yeah, we're not turning them over. Never gonna happen. Not unless it's required for one of the endings, not happening. And even then, I'm only doing it just for the extra content.
Esfrost and Glenbrook signed an agreement denouncing Hyzant.
Word only just arrived, and it is no mere rumor. They've issued a formal proclamation.
Preposterous! Gustadolf must have forced Cordelia's hand. This is sure to make Hyzant cease salt shipments to the Consortium. All this denouncement will do is hamstring Esfrost and Glenbrook both.
My brother, Gustadolf does not fight battles he cannot win. I'm certain this is part of some greater ploy.
I feel all of Norzelia stands on the precipice, but of what I cannot say.
Each nation is making its move. We too must take action to secure our position before it's too late.
By which you mean expelling the Roselle?
To protect the Wolfort domain and its people, no one would dare hold such actions against you. Lord Serenoa, you must make a decision.
What decision? We're not handing over the Roselle.
What it is truly like at the source. The Rosellan are forced into back-breaking labor. No decent man would condemn another to such a fate.
But if we refuse the Hierophant, we will face the same dire consequences as House End. Should that happen, the Roselle would still be lost, would they not?
Then you think it is right to sacrifice the Roselle to save Wolfort?
No one is saying it is right, but a decision must be made. We must prioritize our own survival. That much should be clear. And survive we shall, if we can secure Hyzant's aid. Unless you know of another way?
Serenoa, I beseech you, not as one with Roselle blood in her veins, but as a person, as a Wolfort. You cannot give up the Roselle to Hyzant.
I appreciate each of your arguments, but we cannot debate this forever. It is time to decide. Once more to the scales of conviction.
I am still going to do my usual shenanigans of try to convince some people to the other side. But, anybody neutral I'm going to shift towards not handing over the Roselle. We need Hyzant's support if we are to reclaim Glenbrook. But it comes at a price, one the Roselle and our protection must pay. Alright, let's have our usual walk around town. We actually cannot have our usual walk around town. Alright. Roselle are the people of the Wolfort domain, but if we defy the Hierophant, we'll face the same fate as House End. I'm at a loss. Yeah. The Roselle are to be protected, even if it earns us Hyzant's ire.
And?
But Serenoa, so you think we should protect the Roselle? None of these are good dialogue options, I feel. This is our first bargain with the Hierophant. It may play to our advantage to deny his request once, but I feel like this is probably the better option. The Holy State needs our power if they are to fight the Duchy. We can use that to our advantage in negotiations.
Truly?
I must admit, I was also caught off guard by the Archduke's decree. It could be a harbinger of war indeed. And if we are on the brink of battle, the strength and expertise of House Wolfort would prove invaluable to the Holy State. We may be able to leverage that to gain some sort of concession from them regarding the Roselle.
I don't know what to do.
Personally, I agree with you. I don't want to surrender to the Roselle, but are there any other reasons you want to protect them? I would hate to be the reason people's faith in our house is shaken, especially after all my father has done to build up its repute, but I think that's the option. I understand how you feel. The name of House Wolford is known across the land because of Lord Simon. I'd hate to do anything that would sully such a proud house. But shielding the Roselle from Hyzant may result in that house being crushed altogether.
I don't know what to do.
The more I think about this, the more my heart aches.
What do you need?
The Roselle and the village are those who fled Hyzant and their descendants. If the Holy State asks for their people to be returned, we have little room to argue, and if we refuse, we will be branded as heretics. But bending the knee would earn you the title of Saint, Lord Serenoa. I think it is in our best interest to obey for now. Roselle are be protected even if it earns us Hyzant's ire. I don't like this one. But, Or wait, this is the side that we want to convince. So yes. So you would choose to protect the Roselle. Might I ask why? It's going to be hard for the other side. I've seen the harsh reality of the source myself, and I could not subject my people to such cruel treatment.
Yes, I see.
It is only natural you want to protect your people, as your father did. Even more so now that you've seen the source with your own eyes. It might be said that earning the great power of a saint requires great sacrifice, but I fear we could stand to lose much more than that in the process.
I require some time to think.
Do we focus on what we stand to gain or the weight of what we might lose? The answer is not a simple one. I saw the way Hyzant treated my people at the Source Serenoa. It breaks my heart just thinking about it. There's no question in my mind what we should do. I absolutely refuse to hand the Roselle over to those monsters. There's literally no possible way that you would be able to convince her. I doubt any option would work. We're gonna look at the dialogue. How can you say such things, Serenoa? I must know why. Disobeying the Hierophant is no small matter. As a fellow Rosellan, is there no way for you to convince them to come quietly? Man, that option is bad.
No.
Absolutely not. I may be a Rosellan, but our circumstances are much too different. I know neither the hardships they face at the Source, nor their days hiding away in the far reaches of the realm. There's no way they would listen to me. Trying to do so would not but incite their anger. I would know one more thing, Serenoa.
In that case...
Just what do we stand to gain by earning Hyzant's trust? The vacancy to the Saintly Seven. As the Minister of Salt, there is a greater chance of improving the Roselle's treatment. Do you really think the Holy State would grant such a title to an unbeliever? To tell the truth, such rumors have already reached my ears. It would take some time, but I could gain the trust of the Holy One and the Saints little by little until I had the power to help the Roselle.
Surely.
Indeed, the Minister of Salt would have the rights to do so. In order to reach that position, we would have to bend the knee now.
I need a moment to think.
To be honest, I'm afraid to choose, but choose we must. Oh. Yeah, I'm different. But the end of that dialogue seemed, somewhat leaning towards that, but yeah, hopefully we'll get to defend the Roselle option after all this. I witnessed Hyzant's treatment of the Roselle with my own eyes. They fled here in search of protection, and there's no way I could subject them to that cruelty yet again. Ugh. There must be another way, Serenoa. We need only find it. Don't you feel the same? Locked option. House N defied the Hierophant, and we all know what befell Minister Sorceley. As Lord of House Wolfbert, I refuse to tread that same path. I understand your concerns, especially after seeing the house of one of the Saintly Seven so thoroughly eliminated.
Still.
Should we truly sacrifice innocent people for our own protection? I pray you do not forget that they too have beating hearts, just like you and I. I know this is a difficult decision we face, Serenoa. Please know that I do not wish to lay the blame upon you. Yeah. A grave choice, indeed. Benedict.
We must decide.
Aye. If we defy the Holy One, everything we have done until this moment will have been for naught. House Wolfort needs Hyzan's support if it is for us to survive. Or if it is to survive. It pains me not to say it, but the situation leaves us no choice but to surrender the Roselle. Gotta protect them, though. I thought you might be opposed. I should like to hear your thoughts if you're open to sharing them. We need all the soldiers we can get. We have protected the Roselle for decades now, and I am certain they will join us to fight They would join our fight as thanks. There are indeed some among them who have been trained to protect the village.
Perhaps.
But they are not
If
many.
so.
We'll need far greater numbers if we are to defend ourselves. It appears our views are an impasse. Allow me to ask you one more thing, my lord. The political climate took an unexpected turn once Esfrost cut ties with Hyzant.
Certainly.
How do you believe House Wolfort should conduct itself going forward? Good question. Conflict with Esfrost is unavoidable, and the Holy State will need our might if they are to stand a chance against them. I would use that leverage to reach a compromise. I see, so you'd use our might as a bargaining chip to secure the Roselle's safety.
However...
But I must remind you that in Hyzant, the goddess is absolute, as is the word of the Hierophant. You cannot be certain if this matter is even up for debate.
I am decided.
In any case, tensions between the two nations are rising and fast. We must be prudent in our actions.
Aye, lad.
My lord, everything we've done till now has been for the people. And the Roselle are our people too. There's no way we can just hand them over to Hyzant. Lip. You can't be serious, lad. Could you really do something like that? There's something strange about the Holy State's fixation on the Roselle. I think it wise for us to tread carefully on the matter.
Are you joking?
But that fixation is exactly why we can't hand them over. Hyzant's absolutely obsessed with their imprisonment. There's gotta be a reason why. Which is all the more reason for us to protect them, just like Lord Simone's done for the past 30 years. This whole situation's got me so mad I can't see straight.
And so?
I'll ask you one more time, lad. Do you really think we should hand over the Roselle? Hyzant won't give up on the Roselle. Even if we protect them now, they'll keep on asking us at every opportunity. And we'll just keep refusing them, because that's what House Wolfort does. It stands against injustice. No matter how strong our foe may be, we can't give up before the fight's even started. I'm begging you, lad, no more of this nonsense.
I feel this in my gut.
There's only one path for House Wolfort to take. I can agree with that, honestly, but... yeah. Hey, Anna.
Lord Serenoa.
House Wolfort has overcome countless hardships to get where we are now. If we refuse to relinquish the Roselle, we'll meet the same fate as House End. Our first priority must be our own survival. If we do not survive, we can do nothing for the Roselle. It must be protected. You believe we must protect the Roselle? Why? Even if I was named Saint, we are still unbelievers. As such, I doubt they would grant me much power.
Even so...
We need Hyzan's support, even if only in name. That would undoubtedly be a powerful deterrent against the duchy. If we refuse, we will be on our own, and would have no chance of surviving against the other nations.
If so...
Do you harbor any doubts about the Holy State, my lord? One of these two. They wish to have the Roselle back so badly they would use us to that end. I cannot but wonder why.
Yes?
I had my doubts as well. I surmised about being a matter of pride for the Hierophant. But the Roselle escaped 30 years ago. I feel it should matter little to them now. And yet, they would make me sane in exchange for their return. How could those two acts possibly be equal in their eyes? I do not know. But if they say they are the goddess's teachings, they must be accepted as such.
I must hear what the others
I understand your concerns, my lord. I have my own doubts, truth be told. Alright, let's see where the scales lie. After all this.
It is time to cast our votes.
A complete gamble now? Hell yeah, that's the only way.
We face a difficult decision. Do we surrender the Roselle living in our domain to Hyzant, or do we defy their orders? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I'm gonna say it's gonna lean more towards, defend the Rosellans, but,
I am sorry.
Let's see. Sorry, my friend, but I will not be swayed. Good.
On this,
My thoughts remain unchanged. This is what is best for House Wolfort. Okay?
I am so sorry.
Sorry, Serenoa, but I refuse to abandon my people. Good choice.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I will follow the path of your convictions, my lord. Can't remember which one that was. I keep forgetting.
I cannot agree to
Unfortunately, I cannot bring myself to agree with you this time, my lord. Oh.
I have faith in you.
There is no other way forward for us.
Just can't see it.
Apologies, lad, but my mind's made up. Alright. I do think it's leaning towards defend.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Nice. We got the good
way forward is
choice.
decided. The Roselle are our people. We must shelter them, even if it earns us Hyzant's ire.
Benedict and Nana just want to see the world
To
burn.
this. We have chosen our path, and now we must see it through.
Benedict's not
We
happy.
will refuse to hand over the Roselle to Hyzant.
Oppressions under the sun completed. Locked in. No going back now.
Serenoa and company move to protect the Rosellan settlement. Noble as it may be, such an act of defiance toward Hyzant risks inviting the destruction of House Wolfort itself.
Chapter 11, Part 2. To the bitter end.
Hyzant will no doubt wish to ask questions of us. We can draw out the negotiations and buy some time.
Time enough to find a way to break them.
We have to inform the Roselle of the situation here.
I'll send an envoy and have them sheltered in Castle Wolfort.
Lord Serenoa, come at once. An army marches on the Rosellan village.
That did not take very long.
Be serious.
Whose banner do they fly?
We know not.
And it matters not. We ride to their aid. Prepare for battle.
Wow, didn't even have a chance to do anything. They just immediately attack, huh? Oh, it's this guy again. Hero's Bane.
Why? Why attack our village?
Hierophant's orders. We're to return you to Hyzant.
Ha! Over my dead body!
The deal. I guess it does sort of make sense. The whole thing with Silvio. Was Silvio, right? Silvio Tellior was his name. After all, he's the only one in contact with the man. So what's going on here? The door has a private talk with someone in the Hierophant Palace. It's gonna be Silvio, isn't it? Nope, it's a dancer.
Did Silvio accept our offer?
Indeed he did. One glimpse of the reward set him on his way to the Wolfort domain.
Ah, greed, yes.
Then all is in order.
Care to wager how House Wolfort will respond?
Why bother? If they comply, we make use of them. If they resist, we crush them. Either way, we endure.
How ruthless of you.
That recommended level being 18 just keeps going up. It's quite brutal. You have anything new in our encampment? Specifically with you? Ah, we got a level 17. Defend the arena. Defend the arena from the enemy forces flooding in from every direction. You are outnumbered, and allowing even one of them to slip through will spell disaster. Interesting. New items in stock, you say? Oh, he's got a couple new medals of bravery. And a bunch of upgrade things. They really want me to grind that stuff out. Rejuvenate. Revive a fallen ally with full HP for 4 QP. And you can actually get 2 more, or wait, 1 more QP, so you'd have 5. You can actually switch out one of your party members. Two. That's pretty neat. Revitalize a fallen ally with 25% HP. Alright. Bye. And now we got some lore to read before we turn in for the night. Because it is getting a little bit late. Beagle. See, promotions. Let's see. Let's promote the mages. Firecaster. Okay. Pillars of Fire sounds cool.
I hope I did not disappoint.
The Curist.
Might I be of service?
Ooh, her physical defense increased. Yeah, I want to read a little bit more on the lore. Let's see. Beagle's Nature Records, Part 1. The plains of Glenbrook, which spread across the center of the realm, are a fertile area enriched by the river's waters. The central area has been cleared away and established as the breadbasket of Norzelia, known for its bountiful grain harvests. To the south lies a vast forest wherein tigers are rumored to roam. There are a number of Glenbrook legends regarding kings and warriors who hunted these beasts, which likely came from a time when that forest covered more the plains. Hawks are also known to inhabit various areas across the plains. Their shrewd conduct and gallant figure is known to all who live in the area, and they are beloved by the kingdom's people as a symbol of strength and pride. The hawk upon House Wolfort's crest is a perfect example of that adoration. Scroll down. The Salt Iron War Part 3. The Salt Iron War claimed the lives of many and left entire cities in ruin. After seeing the destruction, King Regna of Glenbrook contacted Lord Simon of Wolfort in secret. He wished to find a path towards peace. Acutely aware of the pointlessness of the war, Simon agreed to meet, and the two began working together to bring an end to the bloodshed. Glenbrook and Wolfort declared that they would no longer... One second. Okay. Someone made a text at like midnight in my group chat. I was wondering what the deal was. Glenbrook and Wolfort declared that they would no longer support Aefrost and Hyzant. They demanded an immediate end to the war and for all nations to discuss the reconstruction of Roselia in a peace conference. Knowing that Glenbrook and Wolfort were prepared to fight if they refused, the destitute nations of Aesfrost and Hyzant agreed. Thus, the Salt Iron War was brought to an end. At the conference, all parties agreed that the nation's borders would remain intact and made a pact of non-aggression. Furthermore, each nation was forbidden from arbitrarily limiting the distribution of salt and iron, and the Roselia Consortium was established to neutrally control the trade of those materials. House Wolfort also became an influential house within the Kingdom of Glenbrook. The war gave way to a new framework within Roselia, one that included the Consortium and Glenbrook's 3 high houses, but discussions over their merits and shortcomings must wait for another time. Next, the rise of iron. It is unclear when iron production began in Aesfrost. However, records show that when they wielded self-made iron weapons, when others had nothing but bronze. The iron swords and arrows of the northern mountain clans easily pierced bronze shields, earning the awe of other nations. Charcoal production has flourished in the Aesfrosty mountains, and iron sand has been collected from local streams since ancient times. It is said that these conditions, along with the invention of bellows, led to the start of their iron industry. Iron ore is now mined around the nation, and outstanding iron products are mass-produced by their large-scale workshops and furnaces, which burn hotter than ever. Given the importance of Aesfrost, it comes as no surprise that their ironworking techniques are a national secret that is rigorously protected and managed with the help of the craftsmen. For the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost to share those techniques in this joint mining venture is truly unprecedented. I pray that the realm will finally be at peace and that the people will work together and see this new era flourish. And the system of magic. Magic is a vast subject that requires advanced skills to master. To cast a spell, one must thoroughly understand the theories behind it and use the appropriate techniques with absolute precision. Magic is by no means an almighty and miraculous force. There are various restrictions on its use, and becoming a mage is a lifelong journey of learning and training far greater than that required by a craftsman or soldier. But magic opens up a realm of endless possibilities. Even now, knowing its limits is far beyond our capabilities. The research and efforts of us mages, however, unlock new possibilities and enable us to help even more of those in need. To those who wish to learn the arcane arts, I say this: a true mage is someone who wishes to learn the good that magic can do in the world. Alright. Pretty sure that was all 4. But so we'll make a save and we'll try that mission next time in order to get some of our weaker units up to level. So until then, have a good night.